everyone. We'll start in a nice comfortable seat. Slowly begin to find our breath. And away we go. Very good. Today we're going to move slower, move steadier. Now, when we hold poses for a bit of a longer time, it can sometimes be perceived as super relaxing. But this isn't always the case. As we really deepen into the fascia, the deep connective tissues, and the longer we hold a stretch, it can sometimes bring up stronger emotions. It can be a little bit more challenging, and for some, depending on your level of flexibility or anything that we're holding on to, it can be incredibly relaxing. So you're going to have a very unique experience as ever in today's practice, but I want you just to really welcome whatever comes to your practice today. See if we can use our practice as a way of seeing what we are holding on to, or our state of being, whatever that may be. We don't have to judge it, we don't have to label it, there's no right or wrong. The beautiful thing about yoga, we go beyond the part of the mind that labels right or wrong, and to that space where we just get to observe. So that's what I'd like you to do in today's practice, is just be present with whatever comes into your experience. Let's take a deep breath in and let that go. Deep breath in and let that go. Let's find this nice steady rhythm. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. And relax down. Very good. Send the hands to our center. Press the palms together, fingertips together. Exhale completely. And inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Straighten through the hands. Exhale, the hands round and forward. Finding a nice stretch through the hips. Be mindful there's no pressure or strain through the knees. Inhale, back center. Lift the arms all the way up. Drop the right arm. Exhale, over. Find a nice stretch down the side of the body. Point with the fingertips. Really anchor through that left hip. Inhale, send the hands all the way up. Shoulders drawn back. Neck nice and long. Exhale, left hand down. Right arm reach. Fold at the left elbow. And here, keep your chest nice and proud. Left shoulder blade forward. Right shoulder blade back. Beautiful. Inhale. Center. Arms come up. Exhale. Forward fold if it's in your practice. If not, hold in your seat. Breathe here. And inhale, back to the center. Exhale, right arm down. Drop the right elbow, reaching over with the left hand. Left shoulder blade back, right shoulder blade forward. Open chest, open heart. Left hip anchored into the mat. Deep breath in. Lift all the way center and exhale all the way across. Beautiful. Really use your hip here, your hips as your anchor to really deepen into this stretch. So we have two ways of feeling this. Reaching with the hand and drawing that right hip, that glute into the mat and feeling that stretch from the top and bottom of the side. Inhale up. And if it's in your practice, exhale. We're going to fold over here. I'm going to get nice stretch into the hips. If you feel any pinching in the hips, any shortness, any tightness in the knees, back out until you feel a stretch through the hips. If that's not in your practice, then you can release the legs and move into a forward fold. So should be no pain, no pinching. If there is, release the legs into a normal straight-legged forward fold. Breathe here. Slow down your breathing. Just allow the body to dissolve with the exhale. Now, if this is a little strong, just explore it. Breathe into it. Breathe into the stretch. You should know the difference between kind of what's right to push into and what's not. And if you're unsure, back out. Control. Total body and mind control. You may find the longer we're here, you feel the stretch shift. You may feel it move. You may find that some parts of your muscles relax. Some get a little tired. That's okay. The next inhale, we're going to slowly walk that back. Perfect. Send the hands behind, and we're just going to lean back in to our hands. If it's in your practice, we're going to squeeze the glutes and feel like a nice stretch through the fronts of the legs, but only if it's in your practice. For some of you here, we'll be able to really go over your seat and lifting up. Find that nice counter stretch to the front of the legs. And relax back down. Perfect. Untuck the legs. And here, just straighten out the feet for the first time and give the legs a little shake. Good to loosen off the hip. If you need to elevate your hips here, if your lower back or hamstrings are particularly tight, it might be helpful to lift up on a block. I'm going to sit on the block today just because I fancy it. Feels a little bit more comfortable. So we're going to have a little bit of movement here. So we're going to tilt the tailbone. And as we did before, we're going to exhale forward. Now you're going to see the difference in the stretch with your legs out in front compared to when they were in a cross-legged position. Now, to create a nice little bit of movement here, we're just going to walk the hands over to the right, feel that stretch through the left-hand side of the back, and from there, we're going to take the foot with the right hand, send the left arm up towards the ceiling, up towards the top. There we go, and then exhale back down, and then walk the hands across to the left, hook the foot, and release. And we're going to find a nice flow to this. You don't even have to walk the arms. You can kind of sweep them across and open out. You can take as long or as short as you want for this. So some of you will prefer to have some nice movement. Some of you will like to just really enjoy the stretch at each part and get to know it. Really beautiful stretch. And a few more times. Excellent. I'm going to bring the left arm up and hold. And release that left hand down. Hook the right arm with right foot with both hands, or behind the ankle if you need a little bit more flexibility here. I'm just going to fold over that right leg. Breathe. Notice what your left hip is doing. Try and keep that left femur rolled down as well. And release that across to the opposite side and hold here for the moment. Very good. And release that right arm. And when you're ready, we're going to hold down into that fold for a little bit longer. Feel the belly over the left thigh. Breathe. Hold. Is this different to the opposite side? And release back to the center. Bring the arms up. Excellent. From here we're going to take a nice forward fold. And we're going to rest here for a little moment now. So we'll be there for a little bit longer. If you need to have a block underneath the chest, you can for a little bit of extra support here. But to come into this, we want to make sure that we really tilt the tailbone. So lift up the hips, chest comes forward. If your hamstrings are tight, lift the knees to start with. And then what I like to do is lift up the arms here. Nice straight arms. Exhale, fully forward fold. And then extend my feet. Very good. Just let the head and everything just relax down. Feel your belly roll over the thighs. Use your breath. Just feel yourself just get ever more relaxed into the posture. When we're looking into deepening certain ranges within the body, a lot of the time we need to hold and be in the position for a lot longer than we kind of usually do in certain practices of yoga. For truly deepening a lot of flexibility, holding poses for 3, 5 minutes, 10 minutes can be a really kind of like productive way of opening up the body. It's not just about the flexibility, it's how you are within that time, the places you go to, and the stuff that surfaces in your consciousness. Continue to follow your belly over your thighs as the breath flows in and out. And on the next inhale, slowly we're going to begin to rise out. Kind of get that feeling it's quite dark under there. Okay, from here, I'm just going to come into like a half pigeon or 90-90 stretch, depending on your practice. And we're going to bring one of our femurs in front. So my right leg's in front. Now again, if your hip flexibility or your hip flexors a little bit, or you need a little bit more opening, then you can stick a block under your front leg to help keep yourself up straight. Okay. From here, I'm going to take the hands to the side of the body. I'm going to have a little bit of a flow first. And I'm going to turn the torso so it's going over the knee. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to push over, keeping the chest nice and proud. I'm going to feel a stretch down the right hand side of the glute. Okay. I'm going to exhale. And then we're going to inhale, lift all the way up. And as we do so, you may even find that there becomes a bit of a stretch in the inside hip flexor of the back leg. So from there, we're just going to turn over and just feel a bit of a stretch in here. There shouldn't be any discomfort or kind of torsion through the knee. If there is, don't do it. And then we're going to exhale over again. Inhale up and over. Exhale. So find your own flow with this. And I want you to explore to the very end of your range. So as we bring ourselves around to twist, feel it. Feel where you can feel the deep stretch in the hip. For some of you, if your hips are open, you may not even feel it there. That's okay, we'll get it in a moment. And last time. And this time we're going to come all the way over and hold. I can bring the hands out in front if you wish. I like to hook my left arm around my left foot and just relax into this. Make sure your torso is nice and flat over the front leg. Use your elbows for support if you need. And breathe. Just feel your body melting with every exhale. Letting go of that apprehension reflex. Reassuring your mind that you are safe. And when you feel that you get to the end of range, where you feel like you're really deep into the posture, kind of let the intentions of going deeper just drift away and just see what pops up. Maybe nothing. Or whatever it does, give it space. It's unique to you. And inhale, slowly bring yourself up. Okay, now I want you to flex the toes of the back foot, and we're going to see if we can lift the knee off the floor. You can even turn your torso like we did, so your belly's kind of going in the direction of your left leg this time. And as long as there's no discomfort in the knee, I just want you to open it up. Strengthen your glutes until you feel that nice big stretch inside the hip. If you're not feeling the stretch, then this is just a really good exercise for your glutes. Very good. Find your flow. And this last one we're going to hold at the top. Deep breath in and relax down. Very good. So from here, I'm going to send that back leg forward. Keep this front leg exactly where it is, and we're going to tuck it in. Okay, now, some of you, this is going to be a lot easier than others. This is notoriously something I've struggled with my forever, whether it's my genetics and my hip shapes, or whether it's just from years and years of landscaping and weight training. My internal rotation has always been a struggle. So for some of you, you'll be able to get this leg over into kind of cow face pose. So I'm going to bring that leg across to a position that feels good for you. Okay. From here, we're not going to come into any twists with this. We're just going to allow our hips to find the stretch they need. I'm going to support my foot here. Now, just from the people I can see, do you feel a stretch in this? Jenny, Claire, Tara, yeah? You got a stretch? In the glute there, Tara, yeah? Okay, cool. We can get quite, we can throw some complexity in with this posture. It lends itself really nicely to arm balances as well, which I really want to get to. Actually, very soon, we'll start to get into some arm balances. But for now, as long as this is getting into some nice deep twists, that's good. And just breathe here. Okay, and relax. Actually, before we do, let's take that left leg, unhook it over, keep the foot where it is, tilt the tailbone, and straighten that front leg into a nice deep hamstring stretch. Oh, it feels really good actually. Breathe. Really getting deep into the hips today. And relax back down. Perfect, okay. We're going to tuck this leg, and then we're going to bring that around. And the opposite side. We're going to keep the leg going straight out in front, hands to the side, and this back leg backwards. We're going to exhale, bring ourselves forward all the way over till we find that nice deep stretch down the outside of the front leg. Inhale up, exhale to turn. Find that stretch on the inside of the right hip. Exhale over. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward, and this is where we're going to hold. So come into a position you feel good. Shuffle your arms if you need. Bring that belly over that front leg. Take a deep breath in, feel that belly expand against your thigh. And let it go. Breathe. If you find yourself drifting, that's okay. Just bring yourself back like you would in a meditation to the stretch, to your body, to the sensations. If all you can think about is the body and the sensations, try and just really focus upon the steadiness of your awareness, even though the stretch is strong. And inhale to lift. Slowly turn over that back leg and open up and down, up and down. Breathe. Okay. And hold. Activate that glute, draw that right knee back. Deep breath in. And relax. Okay, we're going to tuck that front leg back. Release that right leg round. Over we go. And what we're going to do is just find ourselves in half cow face. And just allow that top leg to rest as it needs. You need to scoot that foot back a little bit. Sit down through the glutes. And find your stretch. I don't know about you, but I can feel that in a completely different place to the other side. Almost there. And release and send that right foot forward into the hands. Extend the hamstring straight. You do really well, everybody. We're really getting into the depth of our hips today. And relax down. Very good. Okay. Release the feet forward and give them a little shake. Okay. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And we're going to open them out like a book. Now, if you have blocks, grab a block. If you don't worry. If you have blocks, I want you to put them just underneath your quads. You can do exactly the same without blocks, but it's just to have that tactile response. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit up nice and straight, and we're going to try and open the legs by squeezing into the blocks. So we're kind of crushing the blocks with our thighs. So we're using the glutes to draw the knees down. We're using our hands to support the torso, and you're going to feel like you're lifting up. Okay, you want to start with about 50%, like full power. You don't want to really try and squash the blocks, but slowly build into it, and you'll feel the stretch on the inside of your leg. Okay, so we're going to take 3 deep breaths in, whilst holding the squeeze. Last breath while squeezing. Inhale. Extra squeeze. And relax a little bit. Cool. Okay, give it a little wobble if we need. Now, some of you maybe have to take the blocks just out a little bit further. So you're able to create that tactile response to the blocks. Okay, and then what we want to do is lift up, take a deep breath in, and squeeze down once again. Breathe in. One more breath. And relax on the exhale. Very good. A little wiggle. We're going to do this one more time. Okay. Open through the feet. Lift up. Find that pressure through the quad and into your blocks. Deep breath in. And exhale. Last breath. And relax down. Very good. Okay, removing the blocks. Perfect. I'm just going to scoot over to the side. Keep holding that position. And what we're going to do here is we're going to lift one leg up. And we're just going to gently, with control, take it back. We're going to extend that front leg, but keep the leg bent. And then we're going to see if we can extend that front leg nice and straight. So keep that base leg bent at the knee and extend through that top leg. If this is a little stronger, you can use a belt or behind the ankle. But if you can, at the balls of the feet just really helps draw the hamstring back. If you have to bend that top leg, that's absolutely fine as well. Now, if you're really flexible, you can straighten that base leg all the way to the floor. You'll find that just like, if you're like me, I'll get a little bit tight in that right hip flexor. This leg wants to hover off the floor a little bit. For some of you, it will just be completely flat. Doesn't matter whether your leg's bent or straight. Very good. Okay, we're going to bring the right foot up to join, and we're going to meet in happy baby. Take a moment here. Use your breath as your guide. Complete control of your experience. If we ever notice something arise, let's say, for instance, we could use anything here. Let's say we feel a little bit frustrated. And then what that's telling us is that there's something within us that's getting frustrated. Like the 8 people, 9 people in this class, and not everybody's going to be frustrated, but we're doing the same posture. So let's say that is the case. What is inside us that is getting frustrated? Now, when you see that, that's a phenomenal kind of piece of awareness, because it means that we get to go in. It means that we get to kind of own our experience and take responsibility for it, rather than kind of blaming or trying to change the outside world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean like don't be frustrated. That's not what we're trying to do. It's about acknowledging what is inside us that is experiencing this feeling. It could be excitement, it could be boredom, it could be any mood that you're feeling. And this kind of shift in perspective and understanding and awareness takes us to a deep space of kind of responsibility, and give us the opportunity to truly grow, because we get to see what's inside. So slowly we're going to send that left foot down, heel to the floor, send the hands to the right foot and extend through the right foot. Breathe. And slowly bring that knee down and your left foot back up. You're going to come to happy baby, but just bring the soles of the feet together. That's for the time being. Okay. Allow the feet to fall to the mat with your soles of your feet together. Palms facing up. So you can tilt your tailbone here and allow your knees to open up a little bit more. Just let gravity do its work. Just open through the legs. And everything melt. Very good. On the next inhale, slowly begin to lift the knees up. And bring your left foot down into the mat and send your right foot forward. We're going to take that across the left knee. We're going to open through the right knee, and we're going to thread the hands either through and take behind the left thigh or in front of the left knee. And we're just going to allow that to pull us into a nice deep glute stretch. And just like before, use your breath, feel the stretch and feel it change. release down. Release the left foot. Send the right foot in and the left foot across. Find your kind of position here, either in front of the knee or behind the thigh. Roll that right knee back. Flex the left foot, keeps the left knee nice and safe. Just feel that nice deep stretch through the glutes. We're slowing it down in today's practice, just so you can really feel your own body, your own experience. Guide yourself into the posture. And release back down. Okay. Allow your feet to find the corners of your mat. Maybe just take a moment in Shavasana. I'm not going to stay too long in Shavasana today because I want to come to a seated position. But for now, just take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. As you inhale, feel your body fully expand from top to bottom, head to toe. Let that one go. And this time as you inhale, bring your arms above the head. Stretch your feet out. And relax and slowly bring yourself to a seated position. Find a nice comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to close. And breathe. I want you to focus upon our reactions for the coming week. Whether that's in our day, whether it's in our yoga practice. And rather than look into the outside world to why it's made us feel this way, I want you to explore the possibility of what inside us is getting frustrated, or what inside us is reacting this way to whatever is going on in the world in front of us. If we were to use that example of, say, frustration again that we did throughout our practice, if we didn't have that frustration inside of us, and that life event, maybe let's just say that stretch in today's practice, it wouldn't have caused a reaction. It would have just passed us by, straight through our awareness. Akin to when you're driving down the road and you see the white lines on the road, but they don't leave an impression on you. They just pass. You see them, you don't remember them. Like the countless trees you see every day, but don't remember. They don't keep an impression, they don't make an impression. So something in the outside world kind of comes in, and we find ourselves reacting to it. And it's always our sign to go inwardly. What is it in here? And as I mentioned, that gives us all the control. It gives us the opportunity then to not try and change the world in front of us, but to actually look inside us and make a choice. Create a bit of space between the world in front of us and our reactions to it. And in that space, when we start to begin to create space between our reactions to the world and the world in front of us, that's where we get to choose how we want to be. It's where our freedom lies. So as you're going into your week, notice your reactions. Notice how the world comes in and how it makes you feel. And see if we can turn our awareness inwardly and see what we find. I'd love to hear all about it next week. Namaste.